Hi, I'm Mark Latender, and today in VTA I'm going to be adding batches of students to a history roster using the import tool. From your history session, all you've got to do is quickly go to the roster tab, hit import. I've already got a spreadsheet that's ready to go. I choose my file. It's uploaded and it's processed, and 58 people are now added to my roster. So that was a little quick, so let's go through the process slowly. From the roster tab, what you're going to want to do is first download the template. So when you start the import process, you have the link here to download the template. So download it locally somewhere, give it a name for whatever specific roster that you want to load to. There's two major things to note about the import template. One, do not add, rearrange, or retitle columns. The program looks for specific fields in specific orders. Secondly, do not save it as an XLSX file. Keep it as XLS. If you accidentally save it as XLSX, the program will let you know that. Just resave it as XLS and try your import again. Third thing to point out about the import is you're going to notice there are two columns that have ID in it: learner login ID and employee ID. You don't need both. You use one or the other. It's really just there for whatever your preference is. And so those IDs are going to be either the student ID here on the student record or their learner login ID. So notice that they can be different. That could be easily gotten a couple different ways. You can go to the student grid and filter down the list of students down to who you think you might want to do. So if I was going to batch load everybody from the retail group in the retail department, I can filter the list and then I can export that out. That way I will have a CSV file that's going to have their learner IDs and their student IDs. Another option, if you're in a multi-site system, if you use the Find Student tool, that way you can go across sites. So I can still get all the IDs or learner IDs that I need. Back on the template, note that you do not need to fill in a student name. That's really just there for your purpose, so that as you're handling your spreadsheet, it makes it easy to see whose ID is this. You will have to put in a status code. Generally, it's going to be an A for attend. Check your online help for all the status options you have. From here, you can also choose if you want to add a score, a grade, a completion date, a certificate number, whether or not you want to override the credit hours for that course. If you use the charge function, do you want to charge the person or not? What's the amount? And what's the charge code that should be associated? To quickly load this, I'm going to go and use a file that I've got. And you can quickly grab all the IDs that you want simply by copying or using your Control-C and then going into your import template, and you're going to want to paste special. You could do that either just by using this icon here to paste these values, or if you choose paste special, you select the values and you hit OK. The reason you want to do that is you don't want to override any format in a field in case it prevents some information from getting loaded. So once your template is populated, you're going to go to your history session. You're going to go to the roster tab. You're going to click import. You've already downloaded and populated. Now you're going to go ahead and choose the file that you want. Now if you had bad data in there, when it runs, it's going to recognize and validate and just tell you everything that's wrong with it. So fix your data, correct everything that might be wrong. and it'll load. And what you'll notice this time is that 53 records were added and 5 were updated, so 5 people from my import sheet were already on the roster. For more information on importing students to a history roster, check your VTA online help. Thanks for watching.